Good morning Africa ci Africa TV mbokk yi ñu ngi leen di nuyu beneen yoon ñu dellusiwaat tey ci suba sile am mbégte lool gannaaw bi nga xamante ne daal yàlla may nañu tey ñu mun a fekkeewaat dajewaat ak yéen tey ci plateforme bi war a indi li nga xamante ne mooy lu am solo si suñuy waxtaan comme ni nga ko di baaxoo di ànd ak yéen ñu ngi leen di nuyu di leen ziar fu waaye munta nekk ci biir réew mi biti réew ñu ngi leen di bàyyi xel bu baax a baax di leen kontaane tamit ci safo bi waaye ci kóolute bi ci ànd bi ngeen di ànd ak Africa programme si toujours ci li nga xamante ne mooy suñ plateforme yi noonu la ñoo def dalalaat leen beneen yoon rek ci programme bi su ko defee naka noonu tamit ma dalal suma naataango yi Julde Njie Soirée tey moom du ma mistake ak Modou Mohamed Niang bàyyi leen ñu nuyoo ci li nga xamante ne mooy tey ci plateforme bi di leen wax naka suba si Modou Niang.
Amadou jërëjëf ñu ngi lay nuyu bu baax di nuyu comme noo ko waxee rek Julde Njie Soirée ñu ngi ko nuyu moom tam bu baax a baax. ne itam ñi nga xam ne rek ci time bi jotee Amadou ñoom ñëpp ñu ngi ñëw nar a seetaan Africa TV taataan xibaar yi nga xam ne mooy xew fii si biir réew mi ak si bitim réew loolu yëpp ñu si bëri si biir kër gi fii leen koo jëlee ñëw ñu ngi leen di nuyu fu ñu mënta nekk si réew mi ak bitim réew ñu ngi leen di nuyu waa amaan mbégte jàkkaarloo ak yéen ak ajaratu bi nga xam ne ndeysaan moom mooy loolu temps yi téyekoloog rek dem na
exactement waaye nekkul kon ni ma ko waxee nu mu nekkee la Julde Njie Soirée bul wax ne man maa ko wax noonu la amee tëdu
waaw Julde Njie Soirée ñu ngi ko nuyu bu baax di ko dalal jàmm
jërëjëf Amadou jërëjëf Modou yow moom fan naa soo ma disturb dee moom dee boobu noonu dinaa ko celebrate but anyway good morning to our beautiful viewers who are always with us on the Good Morning Africa program di leen dalal rek fii si beneen edition of the Good Morning Africa program xam ngeen ne programme bi it's from Mondays to Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning so di leen dalal fii rek di leen wax ne a lot of things are on the pipeline also on the Good Morning Africa program comme nuñ ko di baaxoo di defee rek saa su ne rek fii studio stories yi ñoo dee njëkkee plus newspaper review from local newspapers here do stay tuned and don't go away till the end of the program. I'm sure that you will have fun whilst you are having some information regarding the things that are happening in and around the world. Do stay tuned.
Yeah, very well. Once again, welcome viewers wherever you might be watching right now. It's good to be back. It's Thursday, the 16th of April, 2020. Good Morning Africa, back again on Africa TV. And of course, as always, as comme ni ñu ko dee defee rek dañoo jaxas baxas ci yëf yi su ko defee rek ci noonu ñu wax rek tey ci ponk yi nga xamante ne nañ ko indi ci programme bi Africell ni ki démba ñu commencé li nga xamante ne mooy dal di jàppale ñi nga xamante ne mooy ñuy liggéey ci hôpital yi di ci xeexum coronavirus bi ndax dañ génne xaalis bu takku jébbal ko nguur gi pour daal di joxe seen dimbal ñoom tamit mu nekk 12 millions dollars yi xaalis bi nag ñu jëmale ko ci ñi nga xamante ne ñoom ñooy nekk ci kanam di jàkkaarloo li nga xamante ne mooy xeex mi mooy ñi nga xamante ne mooy fajkat yi ak ñuy yëngu ci wàllum bunti wergu yaram bi su ko defee ci loolu nañ dellu ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci taxawaay boobu leneen luñ cee toftal suñ team bi ñu ngi ci biti ci kanam tuuti ñu jokkoo ak ñoom seet tey fan lañ nekk di gestu di waxtaan tolluwaay coronavirus ci réew mi ndax xam ngeen ne jamono ji kees ci mu ngi ci juróom benn comme niñ ko mun a waxee ci réew mi su ko defee ñu continuer rek di waxtaan ak nit ñi di leen sensitise di fàttali ñëpp di xam ne coronavirus toujours nuñ ko waxee lu am la te mu ngi ci réew mi ñu bàyyi ci xel moo tax ay Africa toujours di continuer di ciy def taxawaay bu am solo nañ ciy toftal comme Julde nu mu ko waxee newspaper review loolu ci kanam tuuti lay doon waaye gannaaw bu ñu leen nuyoo dalal leen su ko defee ñu ànd ak suñ first story tey ci programme bi well. Of course, we will go with our first story now because, Africell started, of course, yesterday, give out some monies in the fight of COVID-19, and we'll start with that. Now, Africell GSM Gambia dispensed $12 million to government to the vice president on Tuesday to support efforts to contain and defeat the COVID-19. The fund will be distributed over the next 3 months directly to the GSM AfriMoney to frontline health workers whose courage and hard work in this difficult time to keep Gambia safe. While receiving the check on behalf of the beneficiaries on Tuesday, Vice President Dr. Issatou Toure commended Africell for the support.
His Excellency President Barrow, I want to express our sincere appreciation to this institution for being there always when the Gambia needs them. This is not the first time you have done it. I am a witness to it. You have done it many times. Today also, I am not surprised that you have come on a big way. On behalf of the ministerial subcommittee that the President has put in place to manage the processes of the COVID pandemic, I wish to say thank you very much. The President expresses his appreciation. $12 million will go a long way in addressing a lot, much more money that is dedicated to the sons and daughters of the Ministry of Health, all of them either as frontliners or backseaters or on the other side, trying to make a difference and address the pandemic. I can assure you, these are the people that deserve it. A very risky job with a high potential of fatality. They have taken the decisions to take that high risk to come out and save the Gambia from the hidden enemy.
The Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Toure, speaking there. Well, the distribution process began on Wednesday at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul, while AfriCell staff coordinated the formalities. According to the arrangement, doctors will receive $2,000 and nurses, together with the rest of the staff in the hospitals of Banjul, Serekunda, Bundung, Buyam, Farafenni, and Bansang, will each receive $1,000 every month until June 2020. Well, there you go. Mu ngi noonu AfriCell seen taxawaay foog naa ne lu am solo la ñu génnee xaalis bu takku kon ne ma ko waxee ñu joxe li nga xamante ne mooy $12 million ci chèque niki talaata lañ ko yóbbu ci vice président bi mu receive ko ci loolu tamit mu gërëm leen sant leen nee na daal moom surprise sut ci nu mu ko waxee ci seen taxawaay ñoom AfriCell waaye leneen tamit lu ci liñ ci def mooy xaalis bi daal dañ ko jëmale ci ñi nga xamante ñooy liggéey ci hôpital ci noose si ak ñii ci liggéey ci ñetti weer ñu yore li nga xam ñu yokkal leen li nga xamante ne mooy si seen salaire ku ne docteur yi $2,000 mon bu nekk ñeneen ñi ku nekk nga am $1,000
plus seen weer bi.
Waaw.
am na solo. loolu moo wax dëgg yàlla li ñu doon xaar ci AfriCell la rafetlu nañ ko def nañ lu rafet def nañ lu nga xam ne ñëw na si taymam def nañ lu nga xam ne ni jox nañ ko tam ñoo xam ne yelloo nañ ko parce que nag comme ni ñoo waxee rek ndox du romb bu pax. loolu lu am solo la fu ñu ko dugal tam war na faa dugg rafetlu nañ ko bu baax a baax because ñooñu tam Amadou ñu jar a jàppale leen because ñoom suñu nekkut si good condition naka la ñeneen ñi di nekk si good condition kon ñooñu sax ñi ngi xaar yeneen dimbal yi nga xam ne jógee ko na si feneen ak ñeneen ñëw jëm si ñooñu parce que lu am solo la parce que nag koo xam ne ni nag moo amee mbaar bi pile bi kooku nag pile boobu dafa war a dëgër bu dëgërul rek ki moo war a faj dina xaw a am lu ko neex daal so man rafetlu nañ ko te askan bi tam rafetlu nañ li nga xam ne AfriCell jël nañ ko te am naa yaakaar yeneen GSM dinañ ñëwaat def comme lu mel ni AfriCell def parce que loolu la ñoo xaar si ñoom parce que dama wax dëgg yàlla xaalis bu ñu am yëpp si réew mi fii la jógee nit yi réew mi ñoo leen ko jox moo tax ñu am koom-koom bi delloo ko si ñoom nekk na lu am solo loolu mooy dërëm bi génnul gaal gi soo gisee ñiy bëgg compagnie di am si réew façon yi moo tax bu ko bénéfice bi dafa war a réew mi dañ si war a gis seen boppa te ñoom wane nañ ko démb nekk na lu am solo. def nañ leen
exactly ci ndaje moom sax seen njiit bi di Badara Diagne su ma juumalee ci tour bi dégg naa muy wax ne lii ñoom lu leen war la ñu def ko parce que tamit seen taxawaay ci réew mi Gambien si ñoo ci jàpp te bokk na tamit seen corporate social responsibility mooy ñu def lu mel ni fag naa fuñ génn moom am na solo julde AfriCell.
Well, I'm not solo. It's a good initiative. I mean, this is what is expected of them.
Yeah.
If Gambian people are nyungfa every time to make sure that they are giving their services to the Gambian people, and in turn, you pay thousands and thousands every month to their GSM company, it is prudent on them to give back at this crucial time. Why $12 million is huge, it's not a small amount. Why at the end of the day tamit des na si government bi gis nañ ne so many people are coming forward ñu ngi joxe donations here and there, but the most important thing man si luma gis suma gis moo nekk transparency in this area, whether that $12 million will plow back to the Gambian people, that is also another question. because it's one thing to give, but it's another thing for people to benefit. Man waxoon naa ko fii te dinaa still reiterate my statement. That is, normally Gambia, we are very good at giving donations here and there, distributing millions donors my here and there, but the impact, it's not that much felt within the Gambian people. So I think this 12 million, so you can use it wisely, it will go a long way towards helping people. But whether they will use it wisely, in the interest of the Gambians, that is also another question.
Talking about the usage, Bobul Fong na luñ gis Africell ñom they take a different dimension in this case. Ñom they are going directly ñom ñu fay ñi nga xamant ñom ñoo wara jot xaalis bi moy doctor si ak ñuy liggéey ci hôpital
that is a small chunk of money in the $12 million, because payment be more like 2,000 and then 1,000 here against June. I'm sure that if you calculate everything, it will not be more than $200,000 within the $12 million. So that is a small amount within the Lola Nekadiwa. Because it's legal. Lola Nekadiwa. Legal ne wax nañ ko ne jox nañ 12 million check be everybody is seeing. But at the end of the day, whether that will actually be the real reason or more like the neka, that is also another question. Gis nañ ne the $500 million ñëpp ñu ko waxanto every day on the media, on the social media, kenn mënut ta xam bopp be gen bi. So I think people degala dañ ko wara rafetlu, but at the same time we should not forget that this is the Gambia and transparency it's a bit lacking in that.
That's good. Of
course, lu am solo la nek di wax mu ngay advice ne séddale bi jaar ci yoon 12 millions bi ñun ko tuddee fexe leen ba mu jeex ci biir ñooñu fekk bi ci bu mu fa génne daal lu am solo la nekk di mention xëy na ñëw ci direct ci jëmmi lu may wax mooy problème bi
comme dem nañ wax ne nuñ koo defee ñëpp nañ ci bàyyi xel tamit na noonu lay demee ak yooyu comme ni mu waxe na tamit nit ñi bañ ci am ñaaw njort ak yooyu te foog naa ne loolu am solo la su ko defee nañ move on to our next of course item. We will now be linking to our team outside. Kon ni ma ko waxee woon ñu ngi ci biti tey nag dañ dem ci Gambia Red Cross Society ñu wax ak ñoom seet tamit ñoom seen taxawaay ak loolu ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci COVID-19 bi ci niñ ko mën a xeexe. Our next, of course, story will be linking to our team, like I said, outside, and of course today they are posted at the Gambia Red Cross Society. Now, the Gambia Red Cross Society forms part of the technical response team with internationally credible to bail the country out in the fight against COVID-19. The society is known for building food security through community strengthening as far as women guarding to disaster risk reduction throughout the country. The Gambia Red Cross sits on United Nations level platforms to provide solutions to the needy on solutions like the coronavirus pandemic. Africa Life Team is at the GRCS headquarters in Kanifing to extend chat with the Red Cross for this edition of the Good Morning Africa program, and joining us live as always is correspondent Ibrahima well, thank you Ibrahima for joining us again this morning. Well, what is the role of the Red Cross in this situation of the COVID-19?
The Gambia Red Cross Society has a very key role in this situation of coronavirus in the Gambia, knowing that this is a society that is well recognized with that reputation and credibility in terms of disaster risk reduction and then assessment procedures. The Red Cross is one of the institutions that every country can count on for, such a situation. So, meaning that, Gambia Red Cross, should be very busy. And I just want to recall for our viewers to know that Red Cross was responsible for the burial ceremony of the case that passed on, sometimes in March. That was the second case of the Gambia, the Bangladeshi national who happened to die of coronavirus in the Gambia. The entire, burial ceremony was handled by the Red Cross. That was the most visible aspect of the role of the Red Cross as far as the COVID-19 is concerned in the Gambia. But when you ask about the role, the Red Cross is an established institution working across corners in all areas within the country. So their assessment and understanding of the situation is very necessary to be shared, and for government to also, count on them for such a, corona time.
Very well. Now, how would the work of the Red Cross benefit the people, the hungry and all vulnerable groups?
The Red Cross has the potential and the capacity to do independent assessment of the dangers, the risk, and everything associated with the coronavirus, the good and the bad side. The Red Cross can always do that. As you know, this is an institution that has sitting or has access to UN bodies. It sits on National Technical Committee meetings. It is asked for, or its opinion is sorted for the decision or how to mitigate the risk and then how to suppress coronavirus is also not an exception for the work of the Red Cross. So the facilities at the Red Cross Center here, the mobility, they have the human resource, and anything that the Red Cross has in its headquarters here is very much useful for the Gambia, from the UN level, from the government level, and the civil society, even at the local level. The Red Cross can always, share experience, can always be as a source of advice. It can always, advise as to what is the way forward in such a difficult situation. The coronavirus having, killed a lot of people globally. In the Gambia, we're struggling with 6 active cases for now. Who knows how many more cases will become in the coming days? So this is why the Red Cross, we will discover tonight whether it is still sitting or how far has it gone in the management of cases or in planning for the country to build up its resilience on this situation of coronavirus.
All right. Now, talking about the experience and, of course, also advices like you have just said. Now, at national level, would the Red Cross have influence over decision-making on technical platforms?
Indeed, Red Cross is an influential body in this country and globally, I can say, because they have experience in during the Ebola in the past few years, 2013, 14. The Red Cross was heavily involved in the situation of Ebola across the continent. They were in the sub-region. So some of the stories that they earn from those engagement will be very useful. Away from that, even recently, this locust infestation, pest infestation in the Horn of Africa, when reports are always showing Red Cross being in the forefront. So this is an institution that definitely the government will listen to. Not only government, even ordinary people expect that the Red Cross is always counted upon for such a emergency situation. But what we will do tonight is to speak with the officials on the ground, and I'm lucky to have Buba Dabo, who is the head of the Disaster and Food Security Department at the Gambia Red Cross Society. I just pass the mic to him to extend greetings to Good Morning Africa. Buba.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I want to thank the viewers and greet them good morning, and welcome to the Gambia Red Cross Society for this important interview that you want to conduct with us regarding coronavirus, as well as the role of Red Cross in general in the humanitarian community.
Following the outbreak of coronavirus in the Gambia, where did Red Cross pick it up in the service?
We started the very moment that the first declaration was made in China, in Hong Kong. And the global Red Cross movement activated their response mechanism. And at that time, what we were looking at was looking at the sensitization, awareness raising, information management for people to know how coronavirus transmits from one person to the other, and how can we prevent coronavirus. And in the Gambia, Gambia Red Cross was the first institution that came up with information materials. We printed out, we sent them to the Ministry of Health Communication Unit to ascertain and confirm before we started distributing. Because we are not alone in this, we always make sure that whatever we do is sanctioned by the Ministry of Health, because they are the health experts in terms of health-related emergencies. So we started since then, and then we roll out to all the communities, to the border points, to the public places, and that's what we have been doing. And now the crucial activity that we are doing in terms of sensitization is sensitizing the border communities, because we realize that official borders are closed, but the Gambia, we have a lot of porous borders, and people come in and out in the Gambia very frequent and very often. And therefore, to improve the knowledge and understanding of those communities residing along the borders is crucial and important. So we were doing this with IOM and the Ministry of Health.
Knowing that even after the borders were locked, the Gambia continued to receive cases, confirmed number of cases, and now the total is 6 active cases. In your assessment, what is the effectiveness of the lockdown?
Okay, it's not a total lockdown. It is emergency declaration which has some restrictions, and this restriction would surely, and they even have an impact on the ordinary population. When you say, okay, non-essential businesses should not be open to the general public. Okay, to the government, yes, they are non-essential businesses, but to the business person, it's an essential business. So there is no non-essential businesses in the world. Okay, for example, if I'm selling a second-hand clothes, that's my livelihood. So to me, it's an essential business. It cannot be quantified or identified as a non-essential business for me, because that's where my livelihood is. That's where I generate resources to put the food on the table of my family. So if that is closed, obviously the impact would be huge on me. And therefore, as I said, the restrictions comes with some ramifications, and this is where the government and partners should come with a strategy, a policy to make sure that all these individuals that have been affected by the statement due to restriction factor are supported.
The emergency has gone for about 20 days now, and the damage is being done or the good is being earned already. So what mechanism could be in place now to pick up the situation, to mitigate more risk?
In the global humanitarian community, what we call a twin track approach is what is needed now. When I say twin track approach, meaning as we are developing our preparedness mechanism, we should also automatically move into the response mode. Response mode in a sense that we should start providing the humanitarian services to this population that have been affected. We should also know that thousands of Gambian families are affected by food insecurity based on the harmonized framework results, which is published just the beginning of March. And those communities are already in the stress level. That means before the coronavirus, these people are already in a food crisis. And coupled with coronavirus, coupled with the government restrictions, that means the situation of these families is already complex. And therefore, what the humanitarian community should do is to look at the twin track approach. As we are dealing with the coronavirus, we should also try to support and respond to the related ramifications that comes with the coronavirus intervention. And this is where the Red Cross and other humanitarian partners are looking at. And by Friday, the Gambia Red Cross would launch its response supports to the vulnerable population.
What sort of response support? Since you've mentioned it, we just break it down a bit.
We are looking at providing humanitarian services like putting food on the table of this vulnerable population. And how we are going to do it, because that is a standard already. And we hail the efforts of individuals in this country that are doing this humanitarian gesture, but the challenge still remains on coordination. A lot of individuals are doing a lot of initiatives. It's good. It's good because we are all Gambians. We need to support our brothers and sisters that are in dire need of these services. But what is the strategy? What are the standards? Are we following the humanitarian? Providing humanitarian relief goes with dignity and it goes with standard. Are these institutions or individuals following those standards? Is a question mark. Are we coordinating them? Is a question mark. And this is where we need to put all our efforts together under one umbrella, and then we provide this holistic coordination architecture to make sure that each individual service provider is coordinated and standards are given. So for Red Cross, we received some funding from Ajira and also the Gambian Association in Norway, and some couple of individual Gambians that gave us some money. So yesterday we already dusted our response plan. It's already ready. Waiting for the approval from the Secretary General. And by Friday, for sure, we will start providing this humanitarian support to this individual. And it is going to be a standard one, not what we have to send it to the community. No, it has to be a standard one.
Yeah, Mr. Buba, experts are now suggesting that Gambia is likely to witness thousands of cases of coronavirus. So is the country prepared for that?
The Gambia might not be prepared fully for this kind of disasters or emergencies because we've never experienced it before. So the process is a learning process for the Gambia. It is going to take some time before we said we are fully ready to address COVID-19. In fact, we will not be fully ready.
What is the requirement? What is needed to be done for Gambia to be at least that prepared country?
For the preparedness has to take some different phases. For now, what is more crucial for the Gambia is to make sure that all the health infrastructure, the health system, the supplies, the consumables are available, not only for COVID-19, but we should make sure that our systems are robust enough so in case we have another outbreak to deal with. So COVID-19 should be a reference for the Gambia and its partners to make sure that systems are robustly built to prepare ourselves for the subsequent outbreak, because COVID may even re-emerge.
You talk about hunger. This is interesting because you also work in a food security department. So you mentioned about 1,000 of people who are likely in hunger right now. So, but where should be the source of food that will ensure their food security in this country now?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because when government declared a state of emergency, as I said, it would go with some ramification because there are restrictions. And this is what the government is trying to work with partners now to make sure that these people that are affected by the restrictions are provided with these humanitarian services. And last week, the humanitarian strategy committee was launched by the NDMA, and we are looking at how do we put up the strategies together to make sure that these restrictions for those that it affects are provided with these needed services. So that's what is going on. But also individuals are already doing it. So we will not wait for the strategy to come up. But as we are in the response mode already, so as I said, it should be a twin-track system. When we are working on the robust strategy, a blueprint for the government to consider in the short term, medium, and the long term, we still need to continue with providing these services until when we have the blueprint and we consolidate all efforts into that blueprint as a master document that would guide our response.
We know you sit on technical committees at international level, so institutions like the UN. What is being decided at that level? Are you privy to some of the decisions that are cooking up?
Okay, at global level, I will not be able to talk about that for now. But on the country front, yes, I sit in the technical level. I sit in the PHEOC, that's the Public Health Emergency Coordination Center. under the logistics and safety pillar of that response structure. My Secretary General also sits at the strategic level. Now, the thinking now is how do we link the technical component to the strategic level? And this is where the discussion is going on. What is being generated from the technical level for approval at the strategic level is crucially important. But now, my suggestion would be, as somebody that has been in the disaster field for almost 15 years, coupled with some international experience, when the state of emergency was declared, our borders were closed, seaports closed, and then even the ground borders are also closed. Automatically, the coordination should have been shifted from the Public Health Emergency Coordination Center to the National Disaster Management Agency to coordinate, because the state of emergency has touched different components of life, economy, human rights issues, because restriction of people movement is a human right. So now the coordination should have been shifted. And now what is more urgent and important, because humanitarian issues are also been coming up in terms of COVID-19 response, the Gambia government should appoint what we call the operations manager. That operations manager would now look at the humanitarian component and the health component and brings everything under one coordination structure. So that particular person must be somebody knowledgeable, had international experience, and can also work with the government in terms of diplomacy areas. So this the government needs to appoint as quickly as possible to help in the coordination.
We know it is a very important recommendation by the WHO to emphasize or to implement social distancing. People should definitely social distance. But looking at the situation on the ground, in the country, you go into the market, you go on the traffic, do you think that people are listening?
People are listening, but people are not applying. And in the humanitarian community, what we call early warning, early action. Early warning can only be early warning when the actions follows. But we have been sending information. Minister of Health is sending information. WHO is sending information. All other partners are sending information. But if these information are not acted upon, we are not sending any early warning. And then the complacency started when the 2 cases were treated and discharged to their community. The following day, the following 2 days, you can realize there is a huge complacency among the population. People who just went back into their normal life. As I was coming today, in fact, in Brikama Market, I was talking to a few colleagues that it is very unfortunate. If Gambia, we started experiencing local transmission, it is going to be very devastating in this country because people are not observing social distancing anyway. And this is something that we need to work on very well. People need to understand that the coronavirus exists. And then another information that we are receiving from the population is they have not seen any dead person killed by coronavirus. If we want to wait to see a dead person, it could be our own relative. May God forbid. So let us not pray to see a dead person, because there is a dignity that we always worked with to make sure that these people, they are human beings, even when they die, they have a dignity that we need to protect. So we are not going to display the bodies of individuals that have been killed by COVID-19. No. People will see maybe coffins as they are seen in other countries, but they are not going to see the body themselves. That's
right now in the situation of Gambia. What template do you think Gambia can copy, looking at international experience of the Red Cross in disaster situation? Is there any country you think Gambia can easily pick up as a example?
Cultures and norms are completely different. You cannot copy a country directly to suit your own situation. Sometimes it's difficult. You can borrow elements here and there, and then you adopt them, you refine them to suit your own conditions. That means, as I said at the beginning, Gambia is in a learning process because this is the first of its kind that the Gambia is experiencing. A disaster at this magnitude or emergency at this magnitude This is the first of its kind. So we will learn. We can learn even from Senegal. We can learn from Ghana. We can learn from a couple of countries. But we cannot just pick and adopt it that way. Our norms, our values, our cultures, our religious practices are different. So
thank you, Ben. We have to leave it there, sir.
Thank you so much. And what I want to give as my last advice is COVID-19 is here, and people need to respect the information that is being sent out by health experts, and we should observe the social distancing. And then anything that you are not comfortable with, please call 1025. Don't rush yourself to the health clinic, health facility. Call the 1025. Relevant services would come to your doorstep to provide these services. Thank you so much.
So, Amadou, that was Buba Dabo, head of disaster and food security at the Gambia Red Cross Society, and the message is clear. It is the same message from the Ministry of Health, the same message from the WHO, that social distancing need to be enforced. And the experience from the Red Cross is becoming eminent that, Gambia has a lot to do now at this stage in this coronavirus.
Very well, so thank you very much, and we will look forward to the response from the Gambia Red Cross Society. But for now, we've got to leave it at that. Thank you very much for your time again.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ibrahim Presba talking to us live from the Gambia Red Cross Society's head office at Kanifing. Yes, wax nañ lu bari Ibrahima ak ki nga xamante ne mooy ki mu doon waxal noonu jàppuma sa tur bi waaye ñu ngi doon wax ci taxawaay li nga xamante ne mooy Gambia Red Cross Society mu nekk ni nga xamante ne mooy mbootaay bu am solo ñoom dañ dee def ay voluntary services yàgg taxaw li nga xamante ne mooy ñuy liggéeyal li nga xamante ne mooy nit ñi jàppale ñi nga xamante ne mooy seen dañ xala néew doole wala seen loxo jotul seen gannaaw ak yooyu te fu mu nekk nii nag réew mi def leen gën a soxla te ñoom fu mu nekk nii comme ni nga ko waxee am nañ ndimbal ñu ngi def nañ li ñu war a def yëpp léegi xam naa ne fii ba ëllëg ak yooyu dañoo commencé ñoom tamit génne seen ndimbal yéegee ko askan ki te foog naa loolu dafa am solo.
trop am na solo lool te am na luñ si fekke woon sax parce que comme noo ko waxee rek dafa nekk ñoo xam ne ni dañ yàgg taxaw askan bi si lu nekk moo tax ñoom seen bunt bi ndimbal demee fa man loolu dafaa dal suma xel bu baax a baax because comme Ajira bu mu la wax noonu ñu ngi fa woon bi mu doon present almost 200 bag of rice 25 kilos bii nii jox leen ko ak ñeneen ak yeneen yu ni am but according to seen secretary general Mr Senghor lu mu ko waxee woon mooy ne Mr Faye yow sax dañ la fi soxla ak képp koo xam ne indi nga fi donation pour ngeen xool naka la ñu nekk di joxee li ngeen ñu jox delloo ko si askan bi xam nga loolu transparency ba dafa am solo trop pour li ñu la jox ku la ko jox tamit da nga bëgg mu ñëw nekk vignes comme na ko saa waaye doon waxee léegi xam naa loolu dina ko ne pour gis ne ñoom jaarale nañ ko si yoon parce que nekku ne Red Cross ñu waaye askan bi te ñoom xam nañ buntu yi ñoo dimbale askan bi parce que yàgg nañ si loolu mooy taxawaay seen taxawaay si réew mi kon bu seen secrétaire général bi ñëwee mention loolu ba pare ne ñoom ñëpp dina leen welcome pour ñëw ñi fekkee naka leen nekkee di joxe lii si réew fii waaye not combo rek de because si biti réew bi tam génn dëkk bi tuuti comme si région sa yooyu noonu mun a yooyu yëpp incha allah lépp lu ñu amee buñ ko séddale dina àgg si ñu war a àgg ba fu mu yem kon ñoom tam benn la si ñoo xam ne nii ku leen jox luy dem si askan bi dina fa àgga ak nu mu war a àggee foofu so loolu nekk na lu am solo.
waaw lu am solo la wax nga ko sax ne ñu ngi xalaat yóbbu ko ba ci up country bi ci dex bi ma am na ki ma doon waxal sax ma wax ne dafa mel ni nag ndimbal bi ci comme bi lañ ko gën a centralise fii lañ gën a concentré sax ñu ngi xala fàtte ci op bi te loolu tamit war nañ ko mun a bàyyi xel bu baax ba waaye c'est good one buñ déggee Gambia Red Cross Society di wax ne ñoom dañ koo yaatal ba fépp ci réew mi foog naa ne loolu dafa am solo julde ku xam Red Cross xam seen taxawaay ci voluntary service dimbale nit maa ngi doon xalaat sax ma ne ndax Covid-19 bi du dem ba xëy na ñu concentré sax ba fàtte leen li nga xamante ne xëy na ñu ngi ko doon def donte ne sax dimbal la waaye foog naa ne loolu yëpp ñu ngi koo soorale seen taxawaay moom xëy na Covid-19 bi moom mooy nekk jubluwaay ñëpp waaye tamit ñu ngi bàyyi xel bu baax a baax ci ni ñoo dimbalee nit ñi surtout ci jamono bi nga xamante ne jamono bu doy waar la ci niñ ko mën a waxee.
waaw dafa am solo Amadou Gambia Red Cross Society or the Red Cross Society around the world ñoom they are known for voluntary services and humanitarian aid and they provide loan to countries around the world gaa ñu ngi def lu am solo especially the Gambia Red Cross Society gaa ñu ngi foo leen gis programme bu munti am fii si dëkk bi dañ dee gis gaa they are present there to make sure ne ñu ngi jox aids to these people and also other services. So I think ne lii is very important comme Modou lu mu ko waxee rek I think sometimes tamit dono si dañ war a consider gaa in terms of funding because they also need it in order to help people because it's easier to them because already they have that connection with the people, so it will be easier for them to do certain things that the central government will not be able to do. So I think ne loolu noonu dafa am solo torop pour government bi tamit seetaat gaay ñoom tamit si wàllum ndimbal bi and donations si gaay give them a part of the donations boo xam ne they can also plow back to the society. I think that is very very important. And another point boo xam ne woon maa ngi ko bëggoon na wax nga ko ma ne ok read na suma mind bi moo nekk di rural areas. Oftentimes things will happen, all these donations and all, then they give all the rural, the urban area councils, you get, of course with the exception of Birkama area council, you get joke, but that's the truth. You get nimbal, see there are various councils, but the rural area tami they need help, they need support. Whatever it's coming in the urban area should also go down to the rural area because they are part of the country, they are Gambians, they are citizens. But at certain point, most people are saying that they are marginalized, which I think that it's very very true because most of the time nanga dega combo donate definitely Kanifing, definitely Banjul City Council, definitely Birkama area council, even though they don't have an impact.
Yeah, but they will. Perhaps they are also. You get watch. Well,
you watch for no. But what is on the right now?
Birkama tam lena munna am parce que Sonko tam tay mu ci presso you know ya nga gis ay fan ci gannaaw rek amna ay mbokam yi jog pour nar ko lifi maybe tam lolou bokk na ci.
No, that's not an excuse.
That is politics. Okay, this is
parce que dafa mel tam mu ci waja yoy non set naka lay defere togu bi parce que ñi ngi bëgg foxar ni togu bi wala bëgg ko jox bëgg ko jël daal mun naa am si yooyu itam pression yi waaye xam na comme noo ko waxee rek mais bi ñoom tam ñu ngi si waajaay waaye mu ngee bëgg a yéex de
definitely
te wax naa leen olof nañu ne mbottu daal balaa mooy taanu nga koy wàllu parce que bu taanoo rek jeexal na
maa la ko wax su ko defee ma ngi noonu ñu dal di continuer du ñàkk dañ dellusiwaat ci loolu ci kanam su du tey sax parce que ñoom ñu ngee waaja pour gën a jàppale nit ñi ñoom Gambia Red Cross Society te dafa am solo jamono ji moom ku wax leneen te wax loo ndimbal rek am na loo bàyyi parce que situation bi moo ko laaj te foofu lañ toll waaw loolu mooy wax ji waaye ñu wéy ñu dem Amérique wax ci Donald Trump parce que am na lim def te jur na coow ci diggante US ak WHO. Next we will move on and talk about the US president because of course Donald Trump has made a decision and it has sparked so many issues or talk around the globe. US President Donald Trump on Tuesday announced that his administration is halting U.S. financial contribution to the World Health Organization of a response to the novel coronavirus pandemic. He said WHO's role in managing and covering up the spread of the virus will be assessed and reviewed. President Trump has blamed the organization for the decision to oppose travel restrictions, noting that the United Nations has a duty to insist on full accountability.
My administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess the World Health Organization's role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus. Everybody knows what's going on there. American taxpayers provide between $400 million and $500 million per year to the WHO. In contrast, China contributes roughly $40 million a year and even less. As the organization's leading sponsor, the United States has a duty to insist on full accountability. One of the most dangerous and costly decisions from the WHO was its disastrous decision to oppose travel restrictions from China and other nations. They were very much opposed to what we did. Fortunately, I was not convinced and suspended travel from China, saving untold numbers of lives. Thousands and thousands of people would have died.
U.S. President Donald Trump speaking there. Now, the U.S. has been the hardest hit country in the world by the COVID-19 pandemic, with more than 600,000 confirmed cases and more than 25,000 deaths, according to John Hopkins University in the US. Ci quickly rek Donald Trump moom ndimbal bi nga xamante def day jóge America dem ci WHO dañ ko dakkal jamono ji jur na nag coo WHO ñoom wane nañ ci daal naxar ne leen ne séntu wuñ lu mel ni jamono ji te am na ñu bari ñu ci joxe réaction ànduñ daal ci décision bi dafa mel ni ñoom dañ kontaanoo ci WHO just quickly rek.
waaw dina bëri ñu si àndul amoon parce que wax dëgg yàlla ndimbal li ñuy ndimbal WHO dafa am loolu daf di accès sax ba si ñun so kii nag moom nit la koo xam ne moom lu mu bëgg a wax nu mu ko bëggee noonu la ko waxee.
ok
du si am sa xalaat.
waaw jël de.
ñëpp xam nañ Trump nu mel daal so anyway daal I'm sure ne lii Trump moo ko declared and he is not the world leader. I'm sure other leaders also will come forward because it received huge public outcry. Statement and make good sense because WHO is not only for America but it's for World Health Organization, which is responsible for the health of the world. So anyway, I'm sure dañoo come a solution. I'm not sure what he said it will be enforced by anyway.
Very well. Mu ngi noonu su ko defee foofu la ñoo yemandi ak studio stories yi ñu dal di dem gaawtu rek jël pause bu ndaw ñëwaat léegi ànd ak newspaper review bi ci nu mu gën a gaawee rek ndax waxtu bi moom mu ngi xuus bu baax a baax ñu dem ñëwaat léegi. All right, welcome back. Su ko defee ñu dellu ci rek noonu la ñoo def rek toon ci Ajaratu Julde Njie soirée mu indil ñu li nga xamante ne mooy li gën a fes tey ci newspaper si ñu dooree ko ban Julde ak ban moo am
Standard Foria moo fi nekk and the Point newspaper.
Very good. Ñu dooree ko ak
the Standard
newspaper. Yes.
All right, this morning we will start with the Standard newspaper and their main headlines are Africell gives 12 million to COVID-19 doctors and nurses. VP urges Gambians to respect COVID-19 emergency regulations. Sheriffs clarified Bauti report. Ex-local government officer criticizes Davos Food Bank. Wow. These are the main stories on the Standard newspaper.
Local government be
local government.
Wow,
all right. Okay, I think this VP stuff should be interesting.
Wow, okay, all
right, let's start with that quickly and you dem and vitamin. Wow. The Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Toure, has urged Gambians to respect social distancing and other COVID-19 preventive proclamations announced by government to limit the spread of the coronavirus. Speaking at the presentation of the 12 million relief package for communication giants, Africell meant to enhance government's fight against COVID-19, VP Toure said the country is facing unprecedented times that require the support and cooperation of all Gambians. This is a big fight and that has held socio-economic political implications, and there is no doubt that no country or government can do it alone. Details of that on the Standard newspaper. Luma fa buga li rek Amadou bala ngeen na ñoo mo nekk ne before ngay wax dara, make sure that you yourself is abiding by it. If you look at this photo, there is nothing like social distancing in this photo. So if you're calling for something, make sure you lead the race. So it's very, very important if you really want people to take you seriously. Man dal fofu la buga ñëw.
Well, like as the saying goes, as a leader you lead by example and others follow. Wow, su ko defee
bu fa defee social distance doo mën a am this group card.
If you social distancing check be it's not necessary all of them to go and receive this check for what?
Kon moom ak kenn rek doyoon na.
All luñ paquet rek and she is talking about social distancing.
Waaw garaaw du waxtu dafa ñu dem ci beneen bàyyil boobu Julde time baa
ñu dem ci Foria newspaper and we look at a story on that too. The main headlines on the Foria newspaper is expert warn Gambia could have 181,000 COVID-19 cases if social distancing is ignored. 4 people under quarantine for sneaking into the country. Golden Lead factory reopens amid COVID-19 outcry. COVID-19 government looking into ways of compensating Gambians. And the other one is Health Ministry secure sites as makeshift COVID-19 treatment centers. Editorial is COVID-19 the test case. A question of the day is, what do the regulations say? I will just go quickly with the experts warning that the Gambia could have 181,000 COVID-19 cases. The Gambia is expected to have 181,000 COVID-19 infected cases around June to July, when it is predicted to be at its peak if the people continue to ignore the social distancing measures provided by the health officials. This is revealed by the National Assembly Special Select Committee on the implementation of the State of Public Emergency Regulations 2020 on the sideline after a meeting it held on Wednesday with 4 ministers at the Assembly in Banjul.
Wow. Ci tënk rek.
Yeah.
Lan lañ wax? Because time bi ñu suma
Gambia mu ngi war a according to their prediction, Gambia mu ngi am 181,000 COVID-19 cases within June and July. Lan moo nekk 181,000 sax ci olof.
téeméer ak juróom-ñett fukki junne.
Okay. All right, that's
mu ne lan.
cases loolu lañ predict ne Gambia loolu la moo am coronavirus cases si July June ak July yàlla dañu yàlla musal
point lan lañ indi ñoom ñu dem.
The Point newspaper, the main headlines on the Point newspaper is 9 in court for allegedly exporting essential commodities. Ward Councillor pressures back chairman to step down. Africell donates 12 million to fight COVID-19, and the last story in the Point newspaper is Bankers Association gives 3 million to fight COVID-19. Ward councillors
boobu nañ ko bàyyi duñ mën a xuus jul de ñu ngi ñoo wax ne waxtu bi jeex na boobu nañu gaay jégal tey ci because waaw we wish ne we have enough time pour def loolu waaye tey ñu jox leen headlines yi rek ba suba inshallah ñu dellu si ci week's final edition bi ñoo jox gaay rendez-vous ba suba inshallah.
Wow.
Well, inshallah, it's sad that we could not
exactly.
Time but any details of these stories, you can go to the various newspapers here to read the interesting stories. They were bye-bye. Right? They remind me COVID-19 is alive. So adhere to the WHO guidelines. It's bye-bye from me, and do have a good day.
Thank you. Mon Niang, xam naa da nga doon bëgg a wax ci sa chairman bi Brikama Area Council waaye waxtu amul.
waxtu amul waaye luñ read fii yàlla bu mu am. loolu moom yàlla bu ma balaa juun ak yooyu noonu nañ delluwaat si activités yi nekkoon yëpp marché yi nit yi yëpp delluwaat si jàmm parce que ñun dañ war a dem ruuji bay bu ko ñun ay doomi baykat leen so yàlla bu si loolu am su ko defee Amadou ñu yeew ko fii rek ba suba ak jàmm waaye am na ñi ma yóbbante ne si team Good Morning bi ñun ñëpp ko Abdoulaye Nget ma from Nyamina Dankunko but now he's in USA ñu ngi ko nuyu bu baax Daouda Cissé Indonesia daf dee bàyyi xel programme bi ba pare Mama Cham Philippines also suma nijaay la Salabray Spain ñoom ñëpp ñu ngi leen di nuyu di leen ñaanal jàmm foofu ñu nekk yàlla na leen yàlla musal si coronavirus bi waaye musal si réew mi ba pare fu mu yem nii yàlla buñ ko romb yàlla na yàlla sàmm réew mi parce que wax dëgg yàlla yàlla nañu si dégg rek doy
amiin yaa rabbi loolu dafay am solo bu baax a baax jërëjëf Mon Niang naka noonu Julde Ndiaye ak yéen ñi nga xamante ne yéen a àndoon ak ñun tey ci suba si la buñ dooree programme bi ba léegi incha allah tey fii la ñoo yemandi because waxtu bi xañ nañu waaye ñu gërëm leen sant leen bu baax a baax ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci safo bi ci ak kóolute bi ci ànd bi ngeen di ànd ak Africa toujours gërëm tamit ñu ci jàpp ci liggéey bi yëpp caméraman yi ak tamit ñi nga xamante ne mooy techniciens ak ñëpp ak suñ team bi ci biti but just quickly rek balaa ñoo dem ñu jox leen li just a quick update because this is to notify students and parents that up next on Africa's Force will be the basics and secondary school education distance lesson session, and of course today's morning edition will be mathematics classes for senior secondary schools. Well, this was just a message, a notification. You stick around. Of course, the basic and secondary school lessons will be coming live on our Africa TV. And of course, today mathematics lessons would take place. And let parents take note so that they can help students to follow the lessons live on Africa TV. Thank you very much for being with us. Till we meet again tomorrow, inshallah, on the same time and same platform. Thanks for watching and have a very, very splendid afternoon. Bye from us. See you tomorrow.
Have your say.